The Yankees hung on to win on opening day, and I was very happy about that. But I was also sick to my stomach because I was reminded that while I like Aaron Boone the person, I do not like Aaron Boone as the Yankees manager. Because this man is so hooked on the analytics that he does not learn from its repeated failures. And he absolutely refuses to play fundamental and situational baseball. Instead, Aaron Boone likes to play for the 3-run homer in the big inning. Not only is that strategy not viable in general, but it is definitely not viable with this year's roster. His addiction to the analytics is going to cost us many games this season, just like it costs us many games in every season. In a year where we already have Garrett Cole out for the season, and Luis Gil is out for at least 3 months, and Juan Soto is now playing with the New York Mutts, we just simply cannot afford this style of baseball. To validate this, let me set the scene for you from opening day, and just see if any of you experienced deja vu from Aaron Boone's entire tenure as the Yankee manager. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. We're up 2-1. We have runners on first and second with nobody out. And Austin Wells, who's a .229 hitter, is up. The fundamental and situational move here is to bunt them over to second and third and sacrifice the out, with the possibility that the Brewers may misplay the ball or throw it away. But let's just assume that they get the out. So that would put 2 runners in the scoring position with less than 2 outs, and a much-needed insurance run is only 90 feet away, who, by the way, could score on a hit, a pass ball, balk, a sac fly, or even a weakly hit ground ball in the infield. But instead of bunting, he lets Austin Wells swing away, and of course, right on cue, he pops up into an infield fly rule. The runners don't advance, and now we still have 1 out. I understand that the initial pushback might be, well, Aaron Judge was on deck and they would have taken the bat out of his hands and they walked him to load the bases. That would have created a force at any base scenario. Or, well, Aaron Judge came through with a double and he scored anyway. Of course that's true, but so what? It's not the smart play. First off, by Wells popping up, we now have an inning-ending double play scenario. And number 2, we got lucky. If Aaron Judge's ball doesn't hit the third base bag, the third baseman at minimum would have got the force at third and possibly even got the double play by throwing over to first. Now, if Wells bunts them over and they did walk Aaron Judge to load the bases, now the Brewers have to give Clay Bellinger pitches to hit in the strike zone. Because if they walk him too, it forces the run in anyway. Not only should advancing the runners be automatic in the later innings, but I would even do it early in the games too. Every run matters. How many 1-run games do we see? How many more wins a year could we have by playing the right way? I would say we lose anywhere from 5 to 12 games a year because we leave runs on the base paths. And it's really important because a handful of wins could very easily determine whether you win the division or you're fighting for a wild card spot. Not to mention home field advantage. Also, if you're scratching across and manufacturing runs early, it can reduce the amount of high-pressure situations later in the game. Not only for your lineup, but for your bullpen as well. All you have to do is look at the NFL. What do almost all teams do on 4th and 1 from the 20-yard line? Do they go for the first down? No, they take the points and they kick the field goal. Because not having those 3 points always has a way of haunting them at the end of the game. Going back to my earlier point, we can't be a team that plays for the 3-run homer. Why? Because in order to hit 3-run homers, you need to have guys that get on base. And in recent years, we have not been building our roster to do that. Look at the batting averages and on-base percentages of this year's opening day lineup with last year's stats. And include Carlos Stanton in that because he'll be back at some point. There are a combined .248 batting average and a .320 on-base percentage. That does not scream offensive juggernaut to me and definitely does not win in October. So with a roster that struggles to hit and get on base, it's even more important to take advantage of playing situational baseball when we can. Thanks for watching. Join us live here on the Jetstream today at 1:05 p.m. for the Yankees vs. Brewers watch party. And if you don't mind, drop a comment, hit the like button, and subscribe. It's free.
I think the girls with their nails done now.